Hello. I've already recorded this a few different times. I'm just gonna say fuck it if this is not gonna be it. So, I'm 27 and I've recently left my job. Um, and if there's anyone out there going through the same thing, don't worry. Similar things. Just a little bit about my story. I got kind of a late start to the workforce at age 21. Started out delivering pizzas. It was the best money I ever made. It was kind of around that Corona time. Everybody was getting them free money and stuff, and things were good. Things were getting accomplished. I'm very goal oriented. I have to do things in steps, and with that, I could see progress. Now, I'd got another career after about a year and a half, doing some construction, and it's a highly regarded job around here, which may sound stupid, but it's not bad. However, though, it started, I feel as if destroying my soul, my personality. You're around a group of guys, you feel like you have to, even if it's subconsciously, kind of adhere to who they are. Sorry about the dogs. But after a couple years roughly there, I decided to move on to my next thing, which was working in student loans, remotely as a call center representative for one of the student loan companies. Well, everything started out nice because I didn't have to deal with coworkers or anything anymore. It's one of those jobs, they really needed people because they started back with the student loan repayments a few years ago, a couple years ago, whatever it was, and they'd hire a bunch of people in. Well, I could see the writing on the wall after a certain amount of time, and I stayed there too long. So long that I just got so disgruntled, and I've got things I've got to take care of. And I just felt like I had to have this. I had to have a job, this job. The job market sucks right now. You can't find shit. But I stayed there longer than I should. About the year and a half mark is usually about as much as I can take of a certain place. Just jobs in general, from what I've experienced, are just soul crushing. So hard to work with other people, especially someone like me who is introverted. I don't like certain things. I just can't deal with it. I've seen some other videos here and there, and I don't necessarily feel like I'm alone in this. This is kind of what's inspired me to make my own. I don't necessarily mean this to be a depressing style video, and I'm outside at night. I've just been doing some work. I've just still got my work clothes on. I just prefer getting shit done at night. But I don't know if I'll ever do another video, if I'll even post this. If I do, I'll try to be more presentable in it. But regardless, just don't be afraid to pursue what makes you happy. Don't be afraid to, and I mean this with all the positivity in the world. Again, it doesn't seem like a positive video and I'm rambling, but do what makes you happy. If you're not happy in a career, you do not have to work there. There are certain things as you go throughout life where you have more obligations that you have to adhere to. And a lot of this that you put is just in your head. Of course, you still have to have money to live and do things. What I done was saved up a substantial amount of money, again, for me and what I do. It's not a lot for most people, but it's enough to survive on for a little while. See, my wife and I, we've been working really hard on getting our own business set up. We have dreams of a few different ones, one for money and a few for passion. And my job that I was working was getting in the way of that. And it just got to a point where I just felt so disrespected in the workplace. I had some issues with the supervisor there. And I tried to be very nice for a long time about things, but I kept feeling like I was being pushed and pushed to do things that I didn't want to do, or that they've changed up about this job that wasn't originally there. And it may sound like a lot of complaining, and I guess it totally is, and I get that. But not everyone is an NPC, for lack of a better term. There's a lot of you guys out there that aren't. Just kind of observing for a while, I've noticed that myself, and you know, you can't be treated, a certain way. You can't be talked to on the phone all day long like you're nothing, and then be talked to like you're nothing by your supervisors. My previous construction job, you're just talked to down all the time. They say one thing, do the other. They claim it's about who's been there the longest. It actually chalks up to your age. I'd had seniority on about a third of the people there. But I was still stuck after so long doing the beginner jobs, per se. Some people would come right in and they got the more easier, cushiony jobs. I was still flagging mostly. Don't know what that is. It's the one that stands out there with the stop sign and in the sun all day long. And now most people that work at a place like that is 50-year-old man, obviously. Like, I get that, and it didn't bother me for a long time, but just seeing newer people come in that were closer to my age, a few of them, and just the constant beratement, and you can never talk about anything that you enjoy. Like, just for example, I love heavy metal music, and well, specifically black metal mostly, and have for a little over a decade. But I never wore any of the shirts or anything like that to work, and you can't talk to anybody about anything. No one is a fan of music there at a place like that. you're gay if you drive a Ford or a Chevy or a Dodge or what have you. They're more worried about that than anything else, and it doesn't matter. Also love anime. There's one guy up there who knew what it was, and he didn't necessarily watch it or anything. He likes movies, but did talk to him about it a little bit. But he just started saying there's a bunch of things for like pedophiles or whatever, and it's just like I never talked to him again. I don't want to give people, if they have these preconceived notions, anything like that to think about. Just they don't understand. I mean, they're old. You make yourself old by who you're around. Whenever I was delivering pizzas, it destroyed a car and a half. It's not good for long term. But anyways, point is I was disgruntled at my construction job, left that. I started reclaiming who I was. My call center job was great there for a while. Things started picking up. It got to where we had a little bit of a break in between calls, just back to back to back to back, and so many changes has happened with student loans. And I didn't feel like I deserved to just be talked to like a dog all the time. If you're seeing this, you don't either. If you have a goal, something that you want to achieve, and this is the way that I'm wired, but there's always a way to achieve it. The point I'm trying to make with this video is that there is always a way to manifest your reality. There is always a way, but you have to sometimes close the current doors you have to close the door before you can open a new one. And I'm saying a lot in this, sorry, but you have to close the door before you can open a new one sometimes. If you're like me, you're very focused on one thing before you can start on the next thing. You get overwhelmed if you have multiple things happening at one time. I'm still in this loop. So I'm outside at 2 fucking a.m. doing things to get them ready for tomorrow. Again, my wife and I, we're going to go and work together. We work as a team to accomplish these goals. We're on the same page about things, but it's very stressful. To be in a situation like this, because you only have so much money to last for so long before you run out and then your time is up. So another thing I've realized throughout this whole journey is that depending on other people, there's very few people you're going to come across, and not necessarily anything wrong with this because everybody has their own shit going on, but to depend on them to do their part. Sorry about that. Depending on them to do their part that you hired them to do because it's something that you cannot do because you don't have the equipment to do, it can be very troublesome. You get pushed back for a long amount of time. You keep wishing that this is going to happen, everything's right around the corner. You make a schedule for yourself to accomplish these goals by, and you're really pushing for these things, but then you're too tired from your day job to go and do anything. You're running out of money, you're running out of time, you have a deadline that you have to have this stuff done by, everything can be a big pain in the ass. It's just as far as anything in life. When you're trying to, branch out and finally do what you feel like you have to do to free yourself from this workforce, this society that they've set up for you. You cannot, or I cannot, I should say, see myself working a day job forever. While at my construction job, I was just being slowly, I was slowly conforming to be a specific way. I was settling into this. I had assumed that I was going to be there until I retired, but things started changing earlier. I've realized that the world that we live in is no longer our parents' world. It's no longer our grandparents' world, so on and so forth. Just to be honest with you, it was for the state. It was state construction crew. A couple years or so before I got hired there, they, and I know I'm jumping around all over in this video. It's my first one, but at that job, they had a retirement system. Well, they started out if you worked 22 years, 25 years, 27 years. There's a few other little stipulations in it, but realistically, if you got on there early, you could have retired in your 40s. I mean, and it's pretty decent. But issue is they done away with that. They're like, well, we've got this other thing. It's like a 401k, but separate, but it works basically the same way now. And the future that I thought that I had was no longer there. And I didn't realize this till later. I mean, I'm thankful for some of the skills that I've learned while there. I got to use certain equipment I would have never been able to before. Got my CDLs from there, which they was supposed to reimburse me for, but never did. But I learned things. I learned things everywhere. I learned how to hustle, delivering pizzas, learned how to use equipment while at my construction job. I've learned to, not just get so angry at people, because a lot of times everybody's going through their own shit. I think partially you can see people's true colors when it's unfiltered. You're not face to face. They don't have to put on a mask through some of these phone calls. But at the same points, I feel as if you can think that these people are in a high stress situation trying to pay back these bullshit loans. Nobody uses them that I talk to, hardly. Nobody, or most people regretted them. I mean, they're in a bad situation too. Everybody's kind of in a bad situation one way or the other, but I was never going to be able to achieve my goal of being my own boss, running a business, together with my family, setting up our future. That was never anything that was going to happen had I still stayed there. Now, moving from that, well, do want to mention again, the emphasis I want to make is sometimes you have to close one door before you can open another. Again, I know I'm jumping around. I was wanting to, write down a few bullet points that I was going to talk about in this, because I've been meaning to make this for over a fucking month, ever since I have left that job, and just kind of document my journey on that. I have some things I want to start doing in the meantime. Once I do have some time freed up, I'm just having to do all this manual labor every day, and my wrist has been hurting for fucking 2 weeks or something now, and it can't heal up because I keep abusing it. But anyways, moving from that is that if any of you guys, if anybody even sees this, I just really want to tell you guys to don't feel so stuck in your position, even if times are tough, a lot of shit's going on. Just sit down and really think about it, what you have to do and what you have to accomplish to achieve this, whatever your goal may be. If you don't really know what it is, then that's fine. Time is fleeting, but it's not as bad as a lot of people make it out to be. You know, me and my wife was talking about this today. Is like, there's this person that we're kind of making friends with. She looks very young to have two boys that are seemingly high school age or so. We just thought she's a little bit older than us, but my wife's the same age basically as I am. But my parents had me in their 40s, and I just, to me, everyone is old. I'm old. But if you guys just don't worry about time so much. It's not as big of a deal as you may think it out to be. I promise if I make another one, I'm going to work on not saying constantly. But you know, we fucking did it again. But don't worry about time. Start putting in the effort now so it shows for tomorrow. Don't worry about things as bad. God damn it. I really need to work on my speaking if I'm going to make any fucking videos. Just start working on them now, working on your skills now. And I know it's hard. You're always tired from your day job and things. There's another point I was going to make to all this, but oh yeah. My situation now is that going and working on this project every day, I'm kind of depending on certain people to, again, do their job that I can't do. Because, I don't have the equipment to do so. And with that, I wanted this done and completed by October so I can sit down, enjoy part of the season. Even with the first part of this finished, I'm not going to be financially stable enough to continue. It's going to be still a bit of a climb. I have to get the second part finished before I can start breaking even, which that's looking like a few months out. So I'm probably going to have to go back to a day job, but I'm not going to do that until I've got this completed, or else it'll never get done. And it has to be done by the end of this year, which I may go into more detail in another video on kind of the ins and outs of what I'm doing and why it's time sensitive, and you know, maybe give some other pointers. And not that my way is the only way of doing anything, but I've sat down and racked my brain forever on this shit. One of the reasons whenever I even left my construction job was I had this big 2-year plan in which I was going to have everything completed by, and by working from home, it was going to allow me more time to do so. Well, then a few months in, they change your hours and you're fucked, and then it gets dark whenever you're getting off work, and I can't do anything before work because I just lose my shit. All I would do is sit around and just fucking worry every day before work. It'd make me sick to my stomach. I couldn't eat. I just don't have the the mental capacity, I guess, to do a day job. But it's looking like I'm gonna have to go back until February, but I'm not gonna start anything until November, whatever that may be. But again, just I just know that the time is coming, and I've got to get everything taken care of. I can't sit idly by, and I know the people I'm hiring to do things are they've got their own shit going on, I'm sure. But point is you just have to keep pushing on, and you have to get yourself put into a position where you can make this happen. You can manifest your reality. I'm a spiritual person. I truly do believe in that because it's happened to me with everything so far. I feel like this is the one thing that the odds are against me the most on. And every day I'm losing money, and I don't have the money to keep fucking around with, and I keep sinking more and more and more into this to try to get this shit wrapped up. Time is running out, and I'm not meaning any of this in like a negative way. I know I'm outside at night. I'm probably looking creepy as fuck, but you can't sit around and do nothing forever. And you know, the way that things are with money, a lot of times you only have a set amount of time to accomplish what you need to accomplish. I wish that I'd learned to speak well. I wish that I'd learned, if I knowed then what I know now, and could have applied these skills to younger me instead of fucking around trying to go to college and waiting so long to enter the workforce to start saving money. I never entered the workforce until after I'd moved out, so I was forced to have to do shit. I couldn't stockpile money staying at my parents' place the way that I could have then. I could have gotten everything set up by the time that I really started life. But I think that there's a generation of people similar to me in age perhaps that is figuring this out at an early age, or they are figuring it out now and going to start applying it. Again, I've seen some other videos, similar topics, but not, and by the way, everybody else is such a better speaker than me, fuck, but your time isn't up. Again, think about everybody you know that didn't retire till they're in their fucking 60s. If you can get your shit worked, and I say retire as in being self-employed, I'm still going to be working and doing shit. I'm going to focus on our passion projects, things of that nature. And I know there's people that's ahead of me, people that's behind me, and things that they're trying to work on. A lot of the videos that I see, I do feel very fortunate to have accomplished what I've accomplished so far and to have what I have. But at the same point, there's a hunger inside of me, and I say for a lot of other people that you wish you could have accomplished more in a smaller amount of time. Don't give up. Keep doing what you're doing. If you have to quit your fucking shitty job, quit it. Don't let anyone talk to you like a fucking dog. You don't deserve it. We need more people making videos, saying things, doing shit, documenting their experiences to being financially independent as best as you can in this world, becoming happy. To me, financial freedom is being happy. There's so many fucking things I want to do. I have so many interests. I mentioned music and anime. But there's so many other things. I don't have time to think about anything, to do anything. You know, when working that day job and trying to do that. Now I'm working like I'm working a normal job, except I'm not getting paid for it. I'm just losing money every day. But I have to take this opportunity to, you know, just push this shit forward. I mean, we're in the season of change. You know, again, I'm very spiritual and I'm feeling just the energy of everything right now. There's a lot of shit happening in the world. Basically a full moon out tonight. I may make some shorter videos and put them to TikTok. Like I said, I don't expect anybody to see anything, see any of this shit. Just trying to get comfortable in front of the camera. I probably won't even watch this back because the amount of times I've said fucking but I don't know. If nothing else, it's just something for me to look back on and, you know, here in hopefully a few months when everything is wrapped up, and to just be able to look back to and, you know, see how far you've come. I mean, just you yourself, if you are watching this, think about where you were 6 months ago. Think about where you are now. I was stagnant in my construction job. Shit had to change. I had to reclaim who I was. I had to refine myself. You know, I had to show some fucking expression about stuff. You know, get out of your toxic work environment. I brought my lunch every day whenever I was working at construction. Everybody else went out to fucking eat. I take my fucking lunchbox into goddamn Pizza Hut and eat my fucking bologna sandwich in front of everybody. I get made fun of every fucking day for it. But you know what? I could eat any fucking time I wanted to. And I saved so much fucking money. But if you got people that just bullshit you, take a step back and realize, like, why are they talking so much shit on you? Why does everybody fuck with you? Why do you put up with this shit? Is it the fear of, oh, you're gonna have to go and do a different job? Whatever. You know, I'm probably one of the most socially awkward people in a workplace because I just can't fit in with any of these people. You know, I'm so thankful that I have my wife. She understands me. You know, we're the same in a lot of ways. As far as friends go, we're trying to start getting into our friend making arc. Me and her, we don't really have anybody. I mean, we live in the middle of nowhere because we don't like people. It's where we chose to live. The nearest fucking store is like almost half an hour away. That's what we like, though. It's where I wanted to be. That's one of the things I accomplished. Down payment with that pizza delivery money. But, yeah. Anyways, I'm still just rambling. Guys, also need another cigarette. I'm out. Here, anyways. That's what I want to say. Just, shut a door to open another one. Don't let people treat you like shit. people that don't deserve to treat you like shit. You are worthy, you are someone. If any of these feelings resonate with you, as convoluted as I've explained them, then, just don't be afraid to get out of your comfort zone a little bit and do something differently. Oh, fucking donkey. While he's doing this thing, I'm gonna roll another cigarette and then we'll be back. Alright, I am back with another cigarette. But no, if nothing else, it's just been therapeutic for me, honestly. Whenever I was in there for a moment, I've had a lot of feelings of just anxiousness or whatever you want to call it. I'm not good with all these terms or whatever everybody calls shit, but I feel a lot better. Just rambling, getting it off my shoulders. I implore anybody you do see this, do the same. I want to start making some videos. I really got to get better at speaking, fuck. But another reason why I've never done this so long is because I just hate my fucking voice. I've got these little weird fucking face twitches I do. Even talking about them makes me want to do it. I just, whenever I'm nervous, but I'm self-aware. I'm aware of how fucking cringe this is. I shouldn't be so scared of being cringe though. Neither should you. Neither should anybody. Just do what you want to do. If you want to wear the fucking weird T-shirt with the pentagrams on it, and I've never had anybody say anything negative about it ever. And I'll go to Walmart during the old people hours. Fuck, I hate dodging them. Old people in their cards. But anyways, I want to start making some videos, just kind of documenting things. A lot of it's just like, I would love to fucking just play some games, but it'd be the most boring fucking streams ever. I do have a small retro game collection. That's what I like to play. Always have. I haven't collected any games in a few years, other than here and there. I've been priced out of the fucking hobby, but I've got a collection from whenever I was collecting. There's some cool spots in nature around. If I go to make videos in them, I'll probably, give me a good excuse to get out and just be in nature. It's one of the things that makes me the most happy. I love being outside. There's a lot, like I say, a lot of cool places around here. That may not be necessarily on this topic. I don't even know like I said, I don't even know if I'm going to post this. I don't know if anybody's going to watch it. I don't expect anything to. Again, it's all just for me, so I'm not expecting anything. I just think more people need to document, them waking up and escaping the system. But this is a topic I'm passionate about, but it won't be the entire thing that I do or channel's about. This may be the only video I ever fucking make. I'm not gonna start anything, you know, with big schedules and promises and shit. I already know my own schedule. I got things I plan is gonna happen tomorrow that I've got to go work and do. But there's always the off chance I've got to get a call. Shit's gonna change. Weather's fucks you out. It's all mostly outside. I've got some shit I can do inside. Supposed to rain some this week. I've got to fucking get this carburetor off a four-wheeler. I've got to sell that. If I sell that, I'll be able to last another month and be good. Buy me a little bit more time. That's some fucking Christmas present money. Everybody I fucking know, basically their birthdays and Christmas and all that bullshit and everything starts about September and doesn't end till Christmas. So hopefully I can get the four-wheeler sold. Don't really use it enough. Some of the carburetor's gommed up. But anywho, just gonna finish this cigarette. Yeah. It's so cliche, but just follow your passions, follow your dreams, figure out a fucking way to get there. Just think about it for a long time. It took me fucking almost a year to figure out what I was going to even do and a plan of action to enact it. And there's been hiccups along the way, but manifesting it, it's been a big driving force for me. To be able to even do what I'm trying to do here. Fuck, I suck at explaining shit, but anywho, there's always a way. Whether if you ever take a step back, take your own lunch to work, don't have a car payment, drive shitters, you know, sometimes you gotta sacrifice some shit to make the dream happen. Because I fucking hate money. I wish it never existed. I wish everybody could just do their own shit. Find a spot in the woods, shack up, be cool. But there's laws against all this bullshit, and society as a whole is just fucked up. It's made to be this way for a reason, but there is ways out of it. Everybody's situation is different. Just sit there and ponder your orb for a fucking year like I did. I don't even know if this is going to be the saving grace. I put so much time, effort, and energy into it that it can't fail, and I won't let it fail at this point. And the thing I need, it's funny, the thing I need is money to finance the dream, but working that day job to make the money to finance the dream is what was holding me back. But I don't know, this video, I can't believe I've talked for this fucking long. I was figuring this would be a 5-minute video, and here it is, 45. I may edit it down, but anyways, just stay strong out there. We're all gonna make it through this together. We're gonna figure this shit out. Um, you can sit there and blame other people all the time about shit, but it sucks to say, but sometimes you just gotta figure this shit out for yourself, because no one's gonna figure it out for you, and it's not a one size fits all. Just do what you gotta do. Get out of this fucking rat race. We need more people out there in this world being their own people, not just being slaves to this fucking bullshit society. I mean, I feel like it's not gonna totally go away, but it's definitely on its way out. Humans will never be obsolete, but it sucks being at a place where you're so fucking replaceable. Whether it's by another human or what have you. Get out of that shit, man. Do what you gotta do. And, if there's anybody out there that's in a pretty fucking close situation to what you're in, talk about together. We need to stick together in this. We need to take care of our own shit, but take care of it together, That's what I love about spirituality. Everybody's on their own fucking path, but we're all in it together, Anyways, though, don't even know what I'm going to call the YouTube channel. May name it my other shit, but y'all take it easy. Maybe make another video. We'll see. Have a good one.